The moment it happened, nobody was ready. One simple appearance, one quiet step into the spotlight, and suddenly the internet was on fire. Hearts racing, timelines exploding, fans zooming in, replaying, analyzing every tiny detail as if they were decoding a secret message written just for them. And right there, in the middle of it all, was Dylan Wang wearing something that looked simple at first glance but felt anything but ordinary. Because this was not just jewelry. This was a statement. This was a story. And if you look closely, it might just reveal more than he ever intended. Stay with this, because what fans are discovering right now will completely change how you see that moment. It started with a quiet entrance. No dramatic announcement, no over-the-top reveal, just Dylan walking in with his usual calm confidence, the kind that makes everything around him feel like it slows down for a second. Cameras flashed, people smiled, the energy built like a wave about to crash, and then it happened. Someone noticed it. A matching piece. Subtle, shining, intentional. And within seconds, screenshots spread across fan pages like wildfire. Because this was not the first time something like this had appeared. And fans remember everything. Every bracelet, every necklace, every ring, every detail that might seem small but feels enormous when it is tied to someone like Dylan. The jewelry was not loud, not oversized, not begging for attention. But that is exactly what made it impossible to ignore. It carried a quiet kind of meaning, the kind that does not shout but whispers just enough to pull you in. And once you notice it, you cannot unsee it. Fans immediately began connecting dots. Was it a coincidence? Was it styled by a team? Or was it something deeper? Because matching jewelry in public is never just random, especially in a world where every appearance is carefully crafted. And then the comparisons began. Images from past events resurfaced. Moments where similar pieces appeared on someone else. Moments where timing felt just a little too perfect to be accidental. And one name kept appearing in the conversation again and again. Esther Yu. The possibility alone was enough to send fans into a frenzy. Because if there is one thing people love more than a good drama on screen, it is a real-life story unfolding right before their eyes. Imagine this scene. A quiet exchange backstage. No cameras, no noise, just a simple moment where two people share something meaningful, something personal, something that does not need words. A piece of jewelry passed from one hand to another. A promise, a memory, a connection. And later that night, under the bright lights, that same piece appears again, not hidden, not concealed, but gently placed where the world can see it if they are paying attention. That is the kind of story fans are seeing when they look at Dylan now. And it feels cinematic, almost like a scene straight out of one of his dramas. The kind where the smallest object carries the biggest meaning. The kind where a glance, a gesture, a simple accessory can hold an entire chapter of emotion. But here is where it gets even more interesting. Because Dylan is not new to this level of attention. Every move he makes is watched, analyzed, discussed across millions of screens. And yet, this felt different. This felt intentional. Not loud, not obvious, but just enough to spark curiosity. Just enough to make people wonder. Why tonight? Why this piece? Why now? The timing alone raised questions. Fans noticed how this appearance came right after a wave of renewed interest in his past collaborations, especially with Esther. Clips were already trending. Moments were being revisited. Chemistry was being talked about again, like it had never faded. And then this happens. A matching piece of jewelry appearing in public like a quiet answer to a question nobody had officially asked. It is no wonder the internet could not stay calm. Because in a world full of scripted moments, this felt unscripted. Real, or at least real enough to believe. And belief is powerful. Now, imagine another scene. Fans late at night, screens glowing in dark rooms, pausing videos, zooming into images, comparing angles, sharing theories. Every tiny reflection, every shadow, every detail examined like a clue in a mystery that everyone wants to solve. Some say it is coincidence. Some say it is styling. But others believe it is something more. Something personal. Something meaningful. Something quietly beautiful. And that is the magic of it. Because whether it is confirmed or not, the story it creates is unforgettable. It turns a simple accessory into a symbol, a connection into a possibility, a moment into something that lives far beyond a single appearance. And Dylan, whether he intended it or not, becomes the center of that story. A story that fans will talk about, revisit, and reimagine again and again. So, what does it really mean? Is it love? Is it friendship? Is it a coincidence wrapped in perfect timing? Or is it something we are only beginning to understand? The truth is, we may never get a clear answer. But maybe that is the point. Because sometimes, the mystery is what makes the moment unforgettable. Sometimes, not knowing creates a deeper connection than any confirmation ever could. And tonight, with one simple piece of matching jewelry, Dylan Wang reminded everyone that the smallest details can create the biggest waves. That a quiet gesture can speak louder than words. That a single moment can capture the imagination of millions. So the next time you see something that feels small, look again. Because hidden inside it might be a story waiting to be discovered. And if this moment taught us anything, it is this. Never underestimate the power of what is not said. Now tell me what you think this means, because the conversation is only just beginning.